Now let's look at dimensional constraints. And this is where I've got some objects down here that I've drawn, and they are just rough. They're shaped the correct, shape, but I didn't draw them the correct size. So you see this one here has a length of 9.99. So I just kind of drew these. And so the way these work is you choose, what you want. Like let's go with vertical. And you can either select points or object. Okay. And so I'm going to hit O for object and then just click on that line and then come out here. And I want to change that to 10. Okay. And you can see it changed the length of it to 10. Okay. And that's how these things work. And so if I were to go horizontal on, uh, I like doing, objects as much as I can. So let's make that 22. Okay. Now, the way the linear one works is if we were to go from this point to this point, and let's make that 4. Okay. And you notice it didn't stay connected there because I don't have coincident constraints applied. Uh, let's go back and pull in a coincident constraint here. Okay, so that's how those things work. Now, aligned, we don't use a lot of aligned dimensions, but there is a place for them. And either whether it's here in dimensional constraints or over in dimensioning, an aligned dimension would be like where you specify the length of a line that's not horizontal or vertical. Ooh, we got a little thingy there. So let's, whoops, should have went the other way. It, okay, yeah, there. Okay, so that, you see how it moved that kind of stuff. So um, you could, a lot of that could be fixed by drawing with a polyline instead of um, lines. So let's take this one here, and these are all individual lines. So let's convert it to a polyline. And so my command is pedit. Okay, polyline edit, and I'm going to select it says select a polyline, and it tells me it's not one. Don't turn it into one. Yes. Now that one is a polyline, and I want to make all the rest of them polylines. So I'll go join, and I'm going to select all of those objects. Okay, and now when I select it, it selects the entire thing because it's all joined together as a polyline. All right, and so now let's do a radius constraint on this, and let's make it a radius of 4. Okay, now I'm not going to do a whole bunch of stuff with this one because there's no right angle constraints on there. So it might make things go wonky if, we were to do that. The angular, or, works the same way. I could do an angle constraint on this. Let's see how that works. Let's say I want that to be 60 degrees. Okay. And so it made it the right size, but see, it disconnected these things. So working with a polyline is is a good way to prevent things from coming apart or applying geometric constraints, either way. Now, if you've dimensioned your part, like I've got this one dimensioned, there is one right here where I can convert regular dimensions to dimensional constraints. Okay. The problem with that is that when you go to your paper space layout, you no longer have a dimension, okay, that's visible on your paper when you print it, okay? So that's a problem with doing that, okay? All right, so that's it's really kind of simple. It's new to you unless you've worked with Inventor um, or a software like that. So this is kind of new to you. It'll take a little playing around with it, just experimenting, see how these things work. Um, and they pretty much work in tandem together. So totally geometric, you can get your shape right if you've already got it dimensioned correctly, the right sizes. But then dimensional constraints will do just dimension, so they both work together with geometric and dimensional. Um, and so, yeah, you've got a project to do that requires dimensional constraints also this week. So if you've got questions, come by the lab or send me an email, okay?